Hello again, beautiful artists, and welcome back to another episode of Paint Along with Skye. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Skye, and I post beginning level acrylic painting tutorials here on YouTube every Saturday. So make sure to hit subscribe so you can join the fun and paint along, and don't forget to hit the bell icon to be notified when I post a new video. Alright, so this week we are painting one of my personal favorite dishes, which is going to be a gorgeous sushi platter. We're going to use our 4 standard brushes that we use in most classes. These guys come in a kit with 4 sizes. So it comes with a square wash brush, medium-sized pointed brush, and 2 small detail brushes. I'm going to get those in my water cup off the side of the screen. The colors that I have to start today's background step with, I have just a little bit of ultramarine blue, or a fair amount of ultramarine blue, a bit of black, and a fair amount of white. To see a full materials list of everything that I use and recommend, check the description box below. It'll take you to a materials page on my website that will show you everything that you need to paint along. All right, I think we are ready to go ahead and jump on in. All right, so we're gonna get started today with our largest brush, big square brush here. And we're gonna mix up 2 versions of a similar color here. And I'm going to be doing like a steely navy blue. And what I'm going to do first is create a darker color. Beautiful. With a little bit of black and a little bit of white, so blue mixed with gray. And I'm also going to add a little bit of water into my paint here, my palette paper, to make sure that it goes nice and smooth and soaks into the canvas texture nicely. And I'm going to pick a corner here where I'm going to have my chopsticks, and I'm going to have that be a slightly different color. And what I'm going to do is just do a nice little curve like so, just cutting off that upper left-hand corner. And then this whole bottom portion that we have here, I'm going to fill in with this gorgeous dark blue, steely navy blue color. Pretty vibrant still. And this is totally customizable as per usual. All of my classes, you can paint along exactly like I do, or you can mix it up and change the colors up. So I'm channeling my ceramic days here, where I'm choosing what would be the glaze colors for my sushi platter here. And I've chosen to do this dark blue, and then we're gonna do a little wave pattern in this corner here, but you really can make your sushi platter look however you'd like. And that's kind of fun, pretending like we are potters today as well. That is probably my other most favorite medium, besides watercolor. I love watercolor as well. But I love doing ceramics, and I especially love working with the beautiful glazes. And a glaze that's very easy to create, and a lot of potters choose to paint with, or glaze with, colorize with, is blue. And I chose to do ultramarine. I think a cobalt would look really nice too, or turquoise. Or even like a gray. Lots of options. All right, and then I went along that curved shape there with my brush, but then I went back over everything with back and forth brush strokes so that my paint looks nice and consistent. Okay, now I'm going to create a lighter version of that same color simply by adding some white. So we want a light grayish blue now. Actually want it to be a little bit lighter than that. So we want to see a nice color difference. And I'm just going to go right along that same curve and off the corner here. What a simple background to get started with. All right, and I kind of brought my brush strokes there along the shape. So curved brush strokes. Every brush stroke matters. It's all about being a sum of its parts. Details, details, very important. All right, and I'm going to just take a little bit of darker blue real quick and just be a little bit of a perfectionist down here. So I want it to be nice and solid, nice and opaque. All right. And once we have our base colors all down, every little bit of the canvas filled in, soaked into the canvas texture, no white canvas showing afterwards, then we're gonna let this layer dry and we'll come back and add a whole bunch more. All right, I'll see everyone in a few. Okay, welcome back, artists. We have a completely dry background layer here and we're ready to start adding our delicious sushi onto our platter. Very exciting. I rinsed my brushes and got some fresh water at break. The colors that I have now for this second part of the painting, I have a fair amount of white and some black. I have some cadmium yellow, a little bit of phthalo green, some more of my ultramarine blue, a little bit of cadmium red, as well as some burnt sienna, warm brown. All right, let's go ahead and jump right back on into it. And I'm going to grab my second to smallest detail brush for this step. We're going to actually finish off the background platter before we add our delicious sushi. And I'm going to mix up a very light blue to start here. And I have my second to smallest detail brush. And I'm going to start by just creating a little line of separation here where my colors meet. Just going along that same curved line. Okay, a little bit more paint here. Right, and then from there, I'm going to do a little wave pattern. And the way that I'm going to do that is I'm going to do 3 little curved lines, like a half circle, like so. And I like to start with that one from the center and then move out from there, from the sides. Again, we're gonna have 3 little curved lines, like little rainbows, here to create what looks like sort of like a wave. Like a fun way to do a wave pattern. That one got a little wonky, but that's okay because we're going for that hand painted look today anyway. All right, and then from that first layer, we're just gonna do a second one coming from in between. And this was a hard decision for me as to what design I would add onto my platter. So you could do like squiggles or dots or different type of wave, lots of different designs to choose from when you're creating your platter. 1, 2, 3, just doing all throughout this little corner section. It's the same pattern. All right, and they should meet each other, but it's okay if there's a little bit of space in between. And we're just going to do this pattern all the way off the edge here. All right, looking good. And of course, take that pattern off the edge when applicable. Your pattern's probably going to look a little bit different than mine, and that's okay if they're a different size or something. No worries. 1, 2, 3. Very pretty. I guess they could be like waves, but they could also perhaps be like scales. Either way, ocean inspired. Okay. And it gets a little confusing once you start to run out of space. But just keep that pattern up. 1, 2, 3, and gotta be careful not to put my hand in it. Okay, almost done. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then maybe I have just a line coming off the corner there. Cute. All right, now let's let that area dry for a little bit while we work on our sushi. So I'm going to have this all sort of on a diagonal, and I'm going to have a few nice big pieces up here, and then I'm going to have my chopsticks on this corner. And then right here, I'm going to have like traditional rolls, sushi rolls. And I'm using my medium-sized brush. And I'm gonna go ahead and start right here in the corner. I'm just going to do my best to create a circle. And that's gonna be my first little row of rolls. And then I'm gonna come out a little bit and do a second circle. Okay, so we're on this diagonal here. I always like to start a little smaller than I think I need to end up. Two, three, and then just keeping them neat in that little row here. Very cute. Okay, so I have 1 row, 2 rows, and then here I'm going to have larger pieces. You get to set up your sushi platter however you like. I am a sushi-oholic. Not really. Unfortunately, we don't even have sushi in this town. But I'm gonna put on my platter what I would like to eat. So I have these, this rectangular one is going to be a sweet egg. Love those ones. And then I'm gonna have a little oval up here, which is going to be shrimp on rice, little sashimi style. And then I'm gonna do another curved piece down here, which is going to be salmon. And then I'm gonna have my chopsticks over here, but I'm gonna wait to add those. Until my little area over there is dry. All right, and then I'm going to take my white and start filling in the areas that are going to be rice. So I'm going to sort of build my sashimi the proper way here with a little bit of rice. And then I'll add my shrimp on top of that. These two I'm going to actually do with a different color for my base color. But I'm going to fill these circular rolls in with white. And probably make them a little bit bigger as I fill in. Every step I'm trying to sort of even things out, make sure that they're on the right line here on that same diagonal. We must be now like a sushi chef who is artfully and mindfully placing our delicious rolls onto our platter. Okay, just filling in the base color here with white. And you could totally mix up these rolls or the sashimi style bites with whatever you think is the most delicious. And create your own little customized sushi platter. Very cute. All right, looking good. Now let's fill in our sweet egg with yellow. Beautiful egg color. I'm going to add some white to that so that we get some nice opacity. Don't want to see through our egg to the background color. And just go ahead and fill that in and cover those white sketch lines. If you would like a little bit more control, you could use a smaller brush, but that's a trade-off of it's gonna take you longer. Oh, my stomach is literally rumbling. Should have eaten lunch before painting sushi. So just thinking about all the delicious flavors and wishing that there was a place that I could go in town to get my sushi fix, but alas, part of the sacrifice of living rural, the trade-off is it's very quiet to post my videos. So you don't get any traffic, city noise in the background. All right, let's go ahead and fill in our salmon with a beautiful pink color. We have salmon sashimi, and we're not gonna see the visible rice on this guy. So we're pretending like it's covering the rice. Okay, and just go in the sort of direction of your oval when you're filling in, just to get those brush strokes all going the right direction. And nice and solid first layer of color. How cute. All right, let's let that layer dry for a little bit. We'll do some other details. So, of course, our sushi has to be wrapped in seaweed. So I'm gonna take a little bit of a very dark green, which I'm going to use black, a little bit of my phthalo green, and a little bit of yellow. And I'm going to go around my circular rolls with this seaweed color. All the way around. Just a solid dark green outline. Nice. Just around our circular rolls, because in this case, these guys would have the seaweed on the outside. And again, you could use a smaller brush if you would prefer. I really like using this second to smallest size though. It's my favorite. It's just the right ratio of being fairly quick to lay the colors down and having some control. And of course, the harder you push down on the brush, the thicker a line you're gonna get. In my very first painting class when I was, I think, about 5 years old, I remember that the teacher told us to pretend like we were painting on the backs of bugs, and we didn't want to squish the bugs. So very, very gentle. All right, let's add our chopsticks. I'm going to use brown for that, and a little bit of black just to tone things down a bit. And I'm going to do my chopsticks over here. And I'm just going to have two lines right next to each other, but slightly like a V. And again, starting small always, and then thickening it up until it's about the right size, about the right width. And make sure that your blue over here is dry before you add the brown. That's the benefit of the summer here in the Southwest. American Southwest is, I'm in the high desert, so it is hot and it is dry. So like as I'm laying these colors, they're drying right before my eyes, which as an impatient acrylic painter, I actually like. Okay, so cute. Our little chopsticks here. Adorable. Let's add a little bit of a shadow on those guys. So I just added a pinch of black there into my brown. And then I'm going to take that slightly darker color and shadow the outside a little bit, just to get some roundness. Okay, trying to be gentle. I always have a hard time with this upper part of the painting because I'm right-handed and it's so far away. But I'm trying not to stick my head in the frame. But for those of you that are not trying to film as you're painting, feel free to get up close and personal with your painting. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of a highlight color now and take that right through the center. It's not an exact science, it doesn't need to be perfect. But we're just getting some other tones and just a little bit of depth there. All right, okay, moving right along. I think I'm actually going to do a second coat of my yellow since it looks like it needs it. Yellow is not a very opaque color, so it oftentimes needs two coats. Okay. Very simple. If you guys haven't tried the sweet egg, make sure you do because it's very delicious. I believe it's called tamago. Right. Right. And then a little bit more salmon pink as well. Making sure everything is nice and solid. Okay, I'm going to grab my second to smallest detail brush again. I was using my medium there for a minute. Whatever you're most comfortable with though. And I'm going to do a little bit of a red shadow. It's a little too dark. So I want to have just red with a little bit of black. And I'm going to go around the outside edge of my salmon just to create a little bit of a shadow. Okay, great. And then let's add our shrimp now as well. So let's grab a little bit of red and I'm going to mix it with some yellow just to create a more orange red. And a little bit of white too. I think I'm going to need some more white. Okay, so an orangey red. And then my little shrimp shape is going to be a little triangular tail, and then a little sort of like a fish shape going along our rice. Very cute. Okay, great. And now let's fill our rolls. We're going to do like a spicy salmon roll. So I'm going to mix up a darker red. So red with a little bit of black and a little bit of white. And I'm just going to take this color here into the center, and I'm going to fill it in with a little bit of texture and a little bit of shadow as well, since a spicy tuna is prepared like that. Okay, and then I want to do like a cucumber or avocado roll. So I'm going to mix up a light green or sort of medium green. I think I'll take just a pinch of black in there too, just to try to get that nice avocado color. And my palette colors are drying as we speak as well. It is the hottest time of the year right now, in August. All right, and I'm going to do a little square shape in these guys. So I have a little row of salmon that would be going off the edge there. And then here we have our delicious avocado roll. And again, you can put whatever you like into your rolls. Look at how cute. Okay, and then a little bit of a darker shadow color. Just gonna do a quick little shadow in each of these, all around the outside, just to create a different tone there. Cute, 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 looking good. Okay, and then in our rolls, I'm going to mix up a little bit of gray. Let me get some more white really quick. Okay, there we go. And mixing up a little bit of gray, just black and white together, very light, like lighter than a pencil color. And I'm going to do little brush strokes here so that we get that effect of rice. Every which way, all different directions. Try not to create it too consistently. Okay, very cute, simple but important step. Just a few in each little roll, not doing every individual grain of rice. Cute, and then need some here on our little shrimpy boy. And I want a little heavy-handed there. So I'm gonna grab some more white and just tone that down real quick. Okay, and it looks like my shrimp tail needs a little bit more orange here. Cute. Okay, let's put our little final details on our delicious sashimi. So I'm going to mix up a light pink. I'm going to do a little curve down the center of my salmon. Okay, you want it to be a few brush strokes width. And I like to add some light pink and then also a little bit of white. So you're getting kind of multiple tones in there. And then I'm going to take a darker pink and do a few little rose. The idea is that we're using our existing background pink as one layer, as one color here in our stripes. Okay, but it can be kind of random. Cute. And I went a little over my edge here, so I want to refine that again real quick. Okay, very cute. And then I'm gonna take my seaweed dark green color and take that right through the center of my sweet egg. Okay, and thicken that up a little bit. That's what's used to tie this beauty together. And I'm blending a little bit with my yellow, which is not ideal. So let's actually leave that for just a second. And go over to our little shrimp. And I'm going to mix up a very light orange. And I'm gonna do a few little brush strokes there going down. And then a few here on the tail. Super cute. And then I'm going to take a little bit of a darker orange. And I'm going to do that by mixing a little bit of brown and a little bit of black. That was too much. Okay, there we go. We want like a burnt orange. And I'm going to just add a couple quick little shadows on my little shrimpy guy. And I can add a few little brush strokes right next to my highlights as well. Okay, very cute. All right, I think I need one more layer here of seaweed color. My tamago. I hope that's what it's called. I can't remember. It's been so long since I've lived in this town for a couple of years. And I don't often go to the big city. Okay, a little bit of a highlight now on our dry chopsticks. And just using white here and a little bit here for my seaweed. Got a little drip there, but that is looking so cute and it was really easy. All right, very cute. Let me know what you thought of today's painting in the comments section below. I would love to hear from you. I would love to see your work as well, and I've created a Facebook group called the Art Club where you can share your work, whether it be from painting along with me or just from your own imagination. I'd love to see what you got going on. There's a link in the description box below to come and join us over there. And that is all the instruction that I have for you guys this week. So thank you so much for painting along. Please hit like if you liked it. And until next time, stay creative.